20 Infinity.
96.7 The Beat, the A's, hip hop and R&B. I'm Moran Tha Man. You're tuned in to another edition of the 404 Spotlight, brought to you by 20 Infinity. And I'm in the presence of somebody who's just been killing the game with the beats, music, all around. Just a good, talented dude. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, man.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Joe Pierre. You want to come out here?
And no pun intended, but he came out here.
Yep, I'm here today.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Musically, been rocking with you for a minute, and like most of the world, I got into who you were once Magnolia came out. But you instantly let the world know, like, I've been doing this for a while. This is just my first big chance at being noticed. So how did you really get into production, bro?
Well, really, I needed beats.
You needed beats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a while, like maybe high school. I was rapping on other people's beats and stuff, but the quality wasn't good. I couldn't make it sound like the original song, like if I use someone instrumental. So I was like, man, maybe if I use my own beats, it'll sound more fresh to people's ears, and they won't notice it's like the mix is not as good. Because I didn't know how to engineer then. So I was just like, I need some beats because I don't want people not to play my stuff if it doesn't sound like good. So that's why I started making beats. And then I got like my first little placement, like in the neighborhood. Somebody bought a beat.
Okay.
And it was like my best friend's big brother. He was a rapper at the time. So that really was like, okay, I can do this.
That's tight.
I can make some money off this. I just got to keep going.
Word. So the original focus was rapping.
Yeah.
You're not one of these, I started making beats, I'm bored, now let me rap.
Not at all. Like rap, like when I was learning how to write, that's when I learned how to write a rap around the same time. Like my uncle, he showed me how to write 16 lines. He was like, you need 16 bars. He showed me metaphors, like how to, like a special way to write it so I can really understand like the structure of a song.
Right.
Like the bridge, the intro, the hook. Like he really explained it to me once he saw I was serious. Like he saw I was really passionate about it. So he was like, nah, I got you.
That's
do it
tight,
like
man.
This, you do it like that. So
shout out to your uncle, man. Sound like you had
uncle.
a good, place to learn from.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
Did he put you on to any artists in particular for you to study?
Once I started producing, then he was like, you need to listen to Kanye West and like Pharrell. Like even my mom was like, she didn't say Kanye, she was like more Pharrell. Right. Because once she saw me like doing the music thing and started understanding, she was like, oh, you need to start listening to Pharrell. And I was like, all right, I hear you. You're kind of late to tell me what to listen to, but okay. I appreciate it. You trying to support and that it felt good seeing my mom like finally come around to the music. Because at first she was like, nah, school, college. So it's good to see it. Like,
did you ever go to college? Did you ever go to school at all?
Yeah, I got into college. See, that's why I felt like college was a distraction for me with my dreams and like my journey that I wanted to be on. Like when I got into college, it was like, damn, shit, we got into college, and we really gotta go. like
you really gotta go to class.
It's like, I mean,
and you
not
pay
everybody, not all of my friends went to college, and not all of my friends. Like a lot of people applied to certain schools. A lot of people didn't get in, and I didn't realize like a lot of people from my school didn't get into my school. So when I got there, I was so lonely. I was like, damn, ain't nobody come to the school. But I had a couple friends that was like, yeah, I'll be there in the fall. Right. So we was planning it out, and I get there, I'm completely by myself. So
crazy.
That's why I was like, yeah, I don't know if this is for me. Because every day I was rapping in my room, making beats, like getting noise complaints. Like I was just like, my days are numbered here for sure.
Absolutely. Well, at least you recognize that early. You know what I'm saying? At least you were able to realize, I don't want to do this. And you went after what it was that you wanted to go after. So
there'll be more student loans.
Well,
I would have stayed.
Had that icy shade. Well, you probably still have it with the beats, but so you get what I'm trying to say. You have to pay that back eventually.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But we all know that you have a deep connection to the city of Atlanta. Yep. But you're not from here originally. You actually come from South Carolina.
Yep.
So what was it like for you growing up in South Carolina? Because based off of some of the pictures that you posted from your childhood, from the outside looking in, it seems like being in South Carolina, South Carolina in the area that you were growing up in wasn't as open to the creative stuff.
Man, to be honest, I don't want to talk bad about South Carolina, but like I ain't really like it because like my opportunities was like really limited out there. And then my family, my father's family stays upstate South Carolina. So, and I stayed in Columbia. So it was really just me and my mom. Like I didn't have like my auntie house. I go over there after school, get some food. Like it was really just me and my mom the whole time I was in Columbia.
Word.
So once I got into college and stuff, she kind of dipped. She went back to New York with the rest of my grandma and my aunts and uncles on her side. So it's really like no reason for me to go back to Columbia now because I would go see my mom. So I kind of miss being out there, but like growing up, I really resented school out there because I would be in New York for the summer. Like every break from school, I'll go right back to New York. Right. So I would like hate coming back down south just because I was spoiled being in New York with this. They don't sleep.
They
like,
don't.
Everything stays up. You can get on a train and get here, and
eat
here.
On the street for like $2.
Yes, and like my friends up there, I guess I connected with better. So I just really didn't like being in South Carolina, but I made it work. Yeah. Like I'm not complaining too much, but I know when I was a kid, I used to be like, when do I gotta go back? Yeah. I'm like, dang, and I'll probably skip a week of school. The first week of school, definitely, I'll tell my mom like, I'm not getting on that shit. I'm not getting on the bus. I'm sorry.
Word. Dag, man. Dag. So how did you make the transition from South Carolina to Atlanta?
See, I tried to do the music thing in New York for a little bit. Once the college thing wasn't working, I definitely went to New York and tried it. And I was just like, everybody want to sound like down south. Like they was like, man, play me some beats, some like Gucci Man type beats. And I was like, we in New York, like you don't want no like,
you don't want no Dipset?
Yeah, like some hip hop, some real like samples, like chopped up. Like I had those kind of beats, and I was so confused because they wanted the other beats I was making down south. Right. So I didn't get it at the time. This is like 2012, 2013. Yeah. So like eventually, that's the sound now, like for everyone in every location. But at first, that was just like the down south sound. But everyone has that sound now.
Word, that's real. That's real. So when you got here, you know what was it like for you? I think, if I'm not mistaken, in a recent interview you did, you talked about how you were an intern in the studio. So what was it like for you being an intern? Like really explain the grind as an intern at a studio.
When I first moved to Atlanta, I was going to SAE Institute on Peachtree.
I know what that is.
That was like the first like big thing for me because they gave me a laptop, Pro Tools on it, so I got to basically promote a portable studio for people. So I was making money doing that, and then I got to intern at a couple studios. But the internships, I will honestly say, didn't last long because I really didn't want to be an intern. Right. I wanted to really work. So once I saw like, oh, they handed me cleaning supplies and stuff, like I'll do it, but I might not come back the next day because it's like I see where we're going. Y'all don't even want to hear what I could do. Like, but I'm telling y'all I'm in school for this right now. Like, the school already gave me what y'all have in the studio. They don't know that, though. Right. So I don't really have to be here to learn because I'm learning in school, and they gave me the tools when I leave the school. So I just started applying the stuff we were doing before I left. So I kind of didn't really need an internship by the time school was over. I kind of had an engineering job. Yeah. So I really was trying to not be an intern. I definitely did it for like a week or two though. Definitely. Okay. But I'm not gonna tell people not to do internships. Just do a good internship. Like don't do a dead end internship because then you're just free work. You're free labor. That's when I was like, I don't want to clean up. I can go get a real job and mop floors and stuff. Like I didn't come to the studio to do that. So that was my whole thing. No internships for me after that.
Or real spill. Yeah. So how did you transition from leaving an internship to linking up with the likes of Young Nudie and Playboy Carti?
Well, through my engineering job, I met Nudie. He had a session. His manager at the time, $1, he got him a session. He got a couple of sessions for him, for Nudie, and a couple of his other artists that he had, that he was working with. So I didn't meet Nudie first. I met a couple other people, and I was already down to work with them because they was paying. So,
okay.
I was like,
so Nudie pays. Yes. Put that out there.
Yeah. They was paying me. Not you gotta wait. Like after the session, they be like, how many hours was it? Here. I'm like, Oh yeah, we could do business. We
can
definitely do business. I was really cool with his manager, cause me and Nudie, that's what I was saying. I didn't know him like that yet.
Right.
I was really cool with his manager first. So I was just like, man, and you paying me? Just let me know when you need me to record y'all. I'll pull up anytime.
There it is.
So I was already locked in as an engineer.
Word, man. Dope. So let's really talk about your creative process. Like, how do you really get into your zone when it comes to making music? Do you have a idea for a song first and then you make the beat, or is it the other way around? Like, how do you?
I used to be like that as a kid. I think when I had, I guess, more of an imagination,
right?
To where I would think about a song, like one song all day.
Yeah.
And then like I would be in school thinking about when I get home I'm gonna do this and that. But now it's like, it's literally at my fingertips. So it's kind of hard to like really sit there and come up with a whole concept, because I really just make a beat and just try something out. And then I don't know, it's just, I don't really have like a preference, but I do like to watch like movies, not scary movies, but like funny stuff. Yeah. Nothing negative to where I'm like, that's gonna throw me off when I'm recording. Because I've tried it. It's like, yeah, we can't do scary movies because somebody get killed in the movie and I'm trying to rap and it's gonna throw me off if it's really like scary. Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like scary movies. So I'm cool on that. We gonna watch some funny movies or some cartoons. Just something to bring up the spirits in the studio. Like, just everybody just need to be positive and laughing and stuff. If that's not going on, I don't want to make any music because it's not coming from like a good place.
Right.
So like, yeah, I prefer like to have some cartoons or some good movies or good TV shows or something. I got Apple TV, so you can pretty much get every show you've seen growing up. Like, so I've been collecting like old movies and TV shows. And that's been helping.
Word. So seeing how you brought up TV shows, is that literally how you came across your tag?
When I was working at my father's house, I would get off late, and MTV2, you know, they play Wayne's Brothers, they'll play Martin, they'll play Jamie Foxx, and then me and my brother, like, I'll be up late at night, and that was kind of like the only time I could spend time with my brother because I would work so much.
Right.
So we'd be watching TV just till we fall asleep, and I think we heard it on the Martin show first, and then we heard it on the Jamie Foxx show, and we've heard it on Dexter's Laboratory. Like, they say Pierre on a lot of stuff, and I never knew that. I guess it's like a generic French name for just sitcoms and stuff, but it worked out in my favor for sure.
Or how did you get it clear? Like, did you ever have to go to Jamie Foxx and say?
Honestly, we used one on the Magnolia for sure, but like Nudie says it, I use that tag a lot. Like, I got a lot of different versions, so it's kind of like weird. I really didn't used to like talking about like how I got the tag because I didn't want people to like try to sue me and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I ain't really, I don't know. I don't want to bring it to light.
Well, hey, moving on.
I just thought about it. Like, they might call me after they see this shit.
Hey, move it on.
I ain't really met Jamie yet.
I don't know what you talking about.
Say less.
Yeah, man. So, this project, you just put out your project, and I gotta admit, this is probably one of the best albums that dropped this year.
Man, I appreciate that.
Honest to God.
I put a lot of work and time. The mixing was the most tedious part because every song, the next song starts before the first song ends.
Yes.
And it's hard to like the timing. That's really what the last delay was, because I finished recording this album for sure like September, October last year, and then I wanted to put it out like December 4th, like before the holidays. Like, I had a whole plan, but it didn't work. Because when I got it mastered, I was playing it back and some stuff was off beat. And everybody was like, man, you tripping. I'm like, no, I hear it. Like, it's supposed to flow. Like, they didn't understand that it's supposed to be like no skips. Like, it just flows into the next one. So now they understand, like, oh, that's what you was trying to do. Because if it would have been off beat or just one slight little, just one thing fucked up, no one would understand what I was trying to do. Right. They'd probably just be like, the quality's terrible. Like, it's like I didn't want any like bad feedback. So when it comes to like the mixing stuff, so that's why I was like, nah, we can't put it out yet. Let me go back and fix whatever the problem
like a real
was.
perfectionist with it, basically. No, that's understandable because like when I first heard it, literally, like just from the rapping is on point, but just from the production and how it's mastered, you could tell whoever mastered it took their time on every single song.
We got the person who mastered Cardi's first album. I've been trying to get him to master like everything we do, but he only got to master Cardi's first album. The second one, I think they went with someone else. But I was like, for my album, we're going to get the same guy because he knows what he's doing for sure. Dope. And then when I was in Japan, I met one of his friends at the hotel or something. It was weird.
So how does it feel for you to really start to get the recognition as a rapper?
To be honest, it hasn't really set in yet as far as like the recognition. It's more so like I still feel like I got like a chip on my shoulder because I just gotta be more patient. But I was out of town once the album came out. I went to Japan for like 2 weeks, so I haven't really been able to be out and about and just see what's going on. Like my mom said, she hears people riding the bike and stuff in New York playing my music, and I'm like, what? Like I need to come back up there and be where you're at.
You probably do.
That would definitely inspire me and keep me like hella motivated. So I'm not discouraged or anything, but I just know I need to be out more. Right. I gotta start coming out for real because I don't really go to the club and stuff. Like I really be just trying to work.
Word.
But now it's time to put it out like and really be out.
Word. Can we expect a tour?
Yeah, we're working on the tour right now. That's been like the most like I guess headache. I'm very hands-on with everything, so it's like
as you should be.
It's a learning experience, like contacting people, promoters and stuff, setting it up, like because I got artists and stuff too for my label, so I'm trying to learn everything so I can do it better for them when it's their time. So that's really why I'm being hands-on with everything. I know it's kind of like it might hinder things at times, but we have to know what we're doing so nobody is taking advantage of. So that's really why I'm learning everything.
100% agree with that.
I refuse to sign my artists and they go through some bullshit. So I'm just trying to prevent that as much as possible.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. So, in closing, man, what is some advice? Because we always like to leave these interviews on just positive energy, just energy in general. So, what is some advice that you can provide to anybody that's just on the come up, trying to get to where you at?
Anybody that's on the come up, trying to get to where I'm at, man, try to get further, for sure. Count your blessings. Pray, have faith. You gotta have faith, because you definitely gotta have faith. If you don't have faith, it's not gonna work. That's, to sum it up, yeah. And another thing, don't let people discourage you from your dreams. They might just not understand. So, yeah.
That's real, man. That's real, man. Well, I just want to tell you, man, thank you for pulling up on me.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Hey, man, it's all love. It's all love. Major shout out to Omar. You know what I'm saying? That's
Omar.
He's also a producer as well.
Yeah.
You know, he's also a producer as well.
We was chopping it up. He was telling me some
you should do that for sure. Instagram, Twitter, website, plug your album for the people who haven't heard it. Do all that right now, bro.
All right. Everyone check out The Life of PR4 right now. Available everywhere on Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google Play, Pandora. Everywhere. It's everywhere, man. We got some videos coming soon. We're dropping the Poof video first.
Poof
It's
is
the first song on the album.
Poof is the one.
And I'm just really excited that it's out. And I'm just happy people finally are connecting to it. So go ahead and check it out.
Absolutely, man. Do yourself a favor. Check that out. I'm Moran Tha Man, 20 Infinity, 404 Spotlight. We out.